Yo, Jamie.
Way I say,
Block.
Wagwan. Me they are, you know.
Exil.
Small up yourself.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys today. I'm gonna leave the fan on because it's been a trying couple of days. It's still very hot over here, and shit, the hell with it. What up, YouTube? My name is Rizil. I'd like to welcome you back to my channel, and today we are gonna be doing another suggestion of the punk rock nature. I'm sure. I think it's gonna be a social justice song of some sort. It's coming from the same list that's been piling up from one of our subscribers. Subscribers of this channel. Good dude, man. Great suggestions all around. There's never been a suggestion he's given that's been a failure. I even remember the first suggestion I took from you, dude. Honestly speaking, even when we talked, you thought it was gonna be a failure, but then that suggestion has ended up becoming a success to this channel, and so have all the other suggestions. So shout out to you at Viracocha03 or Viracocha03, and today we're gonna be doing a song from a band called Anti-Flag, and it's titled "Die." Wait, die for the what? Die for the government. It's probably an army song about like I don't know, soldiers going and dying for men they don't even know, but these men tell them to go to war for shit that they don't even have control over, but these men will have control over. Random thoughts, let's get to it. Sir!
You gotta die for your government, die for your country, that shit. You gotta die for your government, die for your country, that shit.
I like this song. It's still outroing in a very cool way. I like this song. A couple of reasons why I like this song. Maybe not a couple, because a couple would entail like a multitude in a small number. When it's only like maybe like three reasons maybe why I like this song. One, because as always, like what I've referenced, it reminds me of our songs I've grown up with in terms of watching TV shows. Like this song reminds me of like a song that could be used on like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show, like one of those old like TV shows from the early 2000s, 90s, outroing into the 2000s and everything, where it's like very punk rock and very teenage and very angsty and everything. And like honestly, those songs are honestly they give me a sense of like a golden age, honestly speaking, because as I've said before, um in terms of being African and like not even being African but being in Africa or third world countries, not just Africa, third world countries in general, guys, it can get very boring and shit. So when you discover like these songs from America and everything, and they and like these shows, and they hold such promise of such a wild and like a crazy life and everything, and a crazy culture of like it's so bright and so loud and so everything is possible. It leaves a good memory within the chest, the heart. So I love this song, and I love the times it reminds me of, and I like the messaging in it, because as I've said before in this intro, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, man, like I've thought about this, like, because I almost joined the army, but I wasn't like, I didn't even, I was joining like the specialists or something. I wasn't joining like the initial recruits and enlistees. I was applying for officer and stuff. And before that, I was all about like serving and going on this like little adventure of like learning discipline and everything. But I never thought deeply enough about like why are we going to war in the first place? Like let's take like Kenya, right? We have this thing where we are helping out in terms of stabilizing Somalia and helping out with the efforts in Haiti and everything, and what's happening with them. It's like a thing like in terms of our current like the Kenyan Defense Force. And honestly, like we know the face value wise of like why the troops and the soldiers are being sent over there, but what's the underlying thing? Because with Somalia, I would dare say it's like honestly speaking, maybe they could like get shares in whatever in terms of Somalia if they help the current Somalian government or whatever beat back the rebels and the insurgents that are currently disrupting the current powers that are the control of the current powers that be. This is just a theory. This is just a theory. So we help the government get control, and then they give us certain benefits, or we just helping them because we don't want their shit to leak into our country. Because I think in peace times we forget what it takes for a certain level of peace and stabilizing what's yours and what's supposed to be within your country for your people, and it does require a certain effort, because it's not that long ago, in terms of centuries, that human beings were just pulling up to each other's countries and just taking what they want. And there was no real laws to prevent it. Like someone would just, like, guys, you could be living in the coast right now, whoever you're seeing this, you could be living in like the coast of America or the coast of wherever you are in the world. And imagine like back in the day, like not even that far back, someone could just like pull up, they just discovered your continent, and they could just start like jump off the boat. You wouldn't know whether they were friendlies, and they could just start attacking you, raping your women and all of that, killing your kids, and just take your land. So that thing, that spirit of like that type of trouble, it still like worries a lot of our countries, I believe. And that's another reason as to why I think even my country, in terms of Kenya, is helping with like the Somalian efforts. Because like if they don't sort out their bullshit and it leaks over here, then we have problems, because we don't want their bullshit over here. Kenya is fine, Somalia is so we don't want Somalia's shit leaking here, so let's help them and get involved over there, because we don't want their fuck shit coming here. That's just another theory. But in terms of the actuality of why we need to be sent to these places, or why soldiers need to be sent to these places, and why you need to die for the country and die for the government, especially in America, I don't think other countries, especially my own country and the country that I grew up in terms of South Africa, we have this thing that Americans have where it's like you serve for the US, you thank you veterans, die for your country, thank you for your service. I think a lot of people say thank you for your service to the veterans and they say they're fighting for freedom, but they say that out of maybe ignorance. I'm not saying it's a lie. I'm just saying they're saying it out of ignorance because they don't really know what these soldiers are fighting for. I mean, an example would be the Iraq War or some shit like that. Like Bush was basically saying they're hiding weapons of mass destruction. We need to go get them. And then everyone discovers, oh shit, Bush fucked up. These people, they weren't really doing anything. And now he fucked up the entire country with his nonsense. You know, he sent soldiers to die for no fucking reason because I don't know, ulterior motives. And America and a lot of other countries have done this shit before with other countries when these countries were maybe a threat to their regime, a threat to the powers that they were pulling and the strings that they were pulling and everything. They got involved and sent soldiers to die and to fuck that country up for no real, not even the face value reason that they tell you, but for some ulterior motive that we find out documentaries later, in years later in documentaries, sorry. Years later in documentaries. So, you know, songs like this really like pose that question, like why are you going out there to die for your country? Because no matter if you're an American and then you go and they pat you on your back and say thank you for your service, what did they really send you out there to do? That's another question, that's another theory, that's another, you know, you can discuss it below and leave your opinions. But yeah, that's been me. I love this song not only for its structure and like the memories it gave me and like the sound that I love, but the messaging. And if I'm wrong, correct me. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the post notifications. And thank you for joining me today. I love these reactions and I love working, guys. It really helps me get over the assholes I have to deal with in real life, bro. Like, for real, bro. Dealing with your fellow human beings is a... Thank you. You take care.
Lean